Hello people, MySpace Secrets here, a lot to get through. I'll get straight into it, but first, thank you for commenting, thank you for sending me emails, thank you for your kind regards, and I guess all the well wishes that people are sending me literally from around the world in Australia and England and America. So thank you very much. A lot of things have been happening since I last posted. It has been a while, I'm very sorry, but I'm getting a lot of questions in what we'll actually be seeing from now until the end of the year. Will it actually get worse than what we've seen in September and October? Unfortunately, I have to say yes on that. In fact, I think it will get so bad that we might even see changes in how the stock markets and global financial realms work, both here and internationally. By that I mean there's probably going to be some sort of restructure down the line and set some new and laws being made. You might even see the markets and the stock market close. It might get that bad. Or not close indefinitely. I mean, close maybe for a week or so, just until people can grab hold of things and get back on their feet. And I guess to try and make the economy stronger and less vulnerable to future problems. But I know for certain at the moment, things will get a lot worse before it gets better. Sorry to say. November and December, yes, are probably likely to get worse. It's going to be like a financial tsunami. Everything is kind of, like I've been predicting, is kind of breaking off in a chain of events. A financial tsunami, if you will. And I use that metaphor because in a tsunami at first, you're not sure what's happening. The ocean recedes, it looks strange, and it seems not to be so bad. Then all of a sudden, you're drowning. Just as it seems to be over, the water pours out again. So that is how I saw this all playing out. It's almost as it did it. It's almost as it's unsurreal and not really happening. It's very, very surreal. I know that there is a lot of illusion and delusion about the stock market at the moment. But I think, next year, 2009, come maybe late January, we're really going to be smacked in the face and see a direct effect on our economy. A lot more companies will go under, a lot more job loss and unemployment, a significant hit for retail stores. I will get to that in a minute. And many of them will go out of business, but so many more companies are going to fail. I really know that the number on the amount of banks that will fully collapse. And I mean, if I told you, I mean, you probably wouldn't believe me. And homelessness is soon going to go through the roof. This sudden effect of people quickly and suddenly losing their job is going to cause that. And this credit freeze and the problems there. And this aspect will only get worse in late November leading in towards December. Just have a look at the Dow. It's a giant mess. I think at times the more I look at the charts, the crazier it looks. And at the moment we're on the forefront and looking down the barrel of some very strange and interesting times. And yes, in the end things will turn around. People will find hope. There's going to be courage and a great lesson that will come out of all this. And yes, for some people it will actually bring the best out in them. But before that time, there's going to be some drastic events that will take place. And I think in a way we need this wake-up call to get us all involved, to get us engaged and thinking again, rather than just checking out the politics and the solutions, but the things that actually affect our personal day-to-day lives. Something that we always thought was like clockwork and working like clockwork, well, we now know it isn't. And while some people are out there playing with their new iPhones, playing with the latest gadgets, not really worrying about what the economy is doing, well, now it's serious. The market has crashed and could go further. There seems to be a bailout on Wall Street nearly every day. There's lies. The media has been lying about the bottom of the market since February. People are losing their pension funds, their 401ks. And this time of great growth and the party's over. We're about to pay the price for the greed and the laziness on Wall Street. So please, I urge you to keep watching these videos. Get involved. Stay involved. and don't let this happen. The next few couple of years are going to be hard for all of us, but you have to realize it's in your power that you can actually really grab hold of it and change it. If we stick together and we help one another out, we will never be as strong. It really is something to sort of realize that it's out there and within reach. Like I said, you have these people that don't understand. The baby boomers out there now are sitting around watching their 401k shrink. And if you didn't see my previous videos and my advice to sell, I mean, it's almost too late now. But even the thought the Dow is moving up and down like a roller coaster on occasions, like 800, 900, 1,000 points in a day, I think there was a week or so ago, it's an incredible mess. And while it seems like all we can do is sit back and watch the mess, no one cares about what's happening on Main Street. The government are just bailing out Wall Street left, right and centre. And as the government try to save these big fat cats on Wall Street, and while all this is going on, the small people on Main Street are struggle. So will their businesses. So will a lot of the malls and shopping centres, small businesses, commercial enterprises, retail sales. In the last month alone have fallen like twice as much as what analysts had expected. And I guarantee it's going to get a lot worse, people. A lot worse. Do you think people have money to splurge? Christmas is upon us. What do you think the retail sales are going to show after the Christmas period? And to be honest, it's pissing people off. On October 13th, the Associated Press, and I quote, said, "As economy sinks, officials fear violent solutions." And I mean, this is what I've been talking about for many months. People will get mad. They already have been. And it's going to get a lot worse. They have and they have every right to. The greed on Wall Street and the constant absurd addictions to materialistic things is going to affect the small person. There's no doubt about it. You and me are going to be affected. These people are being foreclosed, they have lost their jobs, their money is dwindling, and the crash of the dollar is going to make things worse. And God forbid, I'm already hearing stories about, people that have just started to take their own lives and God forbid their loved ones and pets and all sorts of things, just over stupid things like, and in desperation. And there really is no need to do that. And it's really an unprecedented event. And the government is just throwing all this good money in after bad. And this event is so messy. It's obviously going to be talked about for many generations to come, I'm sure of that. And while the scams on Wall Street continue, think about the government, these evil schemes and no-gooders that have unlimited amount of funds from the Treasury, backed up by who? You and me, the taxpayers, and their pockets go as deep as they want. Mr. Ben Bernanke, a total moron, said it will have no implications to the taxpayer themselves. What a load of bull. And hang on a minute, isn't this the same guy who got up in front of Congress in June and I quote, said, "Our growth is rising and at present we have a sound economy"? I mean, come on. Not only do you have to pay for it, but it could be generations of your younger people that have to pay for it as well. With all these tricks and tips and tactics and everything that you hear from Washington, there's nothing they can do to stop the coming economic depression. And people have been emailing me saying, why is the dollar going up? Please tell me, I want to know. I'm literally flooded with these questions. Well, let's have a look. Why is the dollar going up? Well, I can tell you firsthand and from two of my contacts that it's being heavily manipulated. And reports I've seen indicate that the central banks and other organisations are shorting massive, you're talking massive quantities of gold, literally in the tens and hundreds of thousands. And it's like a cheater's way to keep the gold prices down and the dollar up. And this has been happening for many, many months. But when you have a look at the charts, these small little blips up, they're not really working. Steady as she goes, the dollar will fall and then fall some more to the floor.